to us, and I know I will, and our delegation, I think, will be ready to jump on it and to try to get some assistance from the state to help with that project.
And my question is, why does the town of Manchester only allow union companies to work on their schools? And we all know that that's a very, very expensive proposition. When there's many a company that would like to do a great job and charge probably half the rate. So why is it only unions? That's why our taxes are so high, and one of the reasons.
Right, I think there's always a debate about whether requiring unions. I mean, I think there's a concern about out-of-state workers being brought in, workers being brought in on a contract basis and not actually being paid fair wages or adequate wages for them. And there's a debate about whether, to what degree there's an additional cost being borne by using unionized employees. And then the outcome of that, too, is the quality of the work. I think those are the primary reasons why.
I have friends who own companies and they do really good work and they're not unionized.
Yeah, I'm not making a judgment about every company. I'm just telling you that is the argument behind why some communities choose to go the route of requiring union construction companies to work on projects.
Okay, I just think it's very strange. I'd be curious how other towns do it too. Number two, I have my pocketbook on my shoulder. Do you have any reason why?
Look at Rob.
Yeah, how about Hartford Road, everybody? A man can't even go and get gas, and now he's in the hospital because he was shot. What is going on? That's my question to every one of you. Shame on you. It's disgusting. We can't even go outside. We can't do a goddamn thing. But we're paying high taxes. We're not safe. I'm waiting. Answer me.
Can you form? I mean, obviously you're very passionate about an issue. What is the question you would like us to answer directly?
Passionate that we're not safe anymore.
Okay. And what is the?
That's what I'm passionate about.
No.
I'm a senior citizen, and every time I walk out my door, I have to be fearful. That's disgusting. And this is America. We're not supposed to be fearful.
I understand, and we've heard that a lot, obviously, over the last couple of years, especially.
It's getting worse.
I agree. So, like I said, we are going to be having a lot of those discussions on criminal justice issues on the Judiciary Committee over the next few weeks. I think we're going to have a lot of this, and frankly, I think there may very well be some areas that we need to look at how criminal prosecution is handled and whether or not we're doing everything we can do to deter that activity. So
I'd like to hear Mr. Cassano. Isn't he the head of the public safety? What has he got to say?
No.
Senator Cassano, I don't know if you heard there was a question directed to you about public safety.
Yes, the reality is that we regulate a lot of different things in the state, like agencies and so on, but I think the real key is the Judiciary Committee, which was just talked about. I think that's the key to this. That's the rules, the regulations, and so on that govern people, and they are working hard on this. I know they spent a tremendous amount of time during this last session. And we're looking forward to legislation that starts to deal with these things. We've probably gotten to a point where we've been too generous with some of these things, and we've got to tighten up some of these rules. I think the thing that bothers people the most is people that have been arrested, they're back on the street the next day, they get arrested again, and they're back on the street the next day. We've got to stop the repeats. If we stop the repeats, we're going to really dramatically reduce the crime rates.
We'll do it.
Yeah, and unfortunately, this issue has become a politicized matter. But folks should know that there are a number of bipartisan proposals that will be coming out of judiciary and being debated this year on this very issue. So as that process moves along, ma'am, we hope that you would stay in touch and let your voice continue to be heard.